So conclusion, we see the AI bias real and affect marketing outcomes. Even like before getting into the presentation, I saw like people in this session who and all go to present. I saw all the titles and everything. Many people even gonna use the AI as a leveraging tool for their projects and everything. Before using AI, yeah, AI gonna be awesome and it's gonna be rule the world. It can be changing it. It can be just a leveraging part for us. It can't be like fully. It can't take it over. So we should know what we are using. Do we have that much of data to take to the next level to decide with AI or not? So AI is shaping to the future of marketing, but we must ensure that it's reflect the world fairly. If AI is to serve all of humanity, it must to be trained see everyone. So thank you. I'm happy to take your questions. Right?
Yeah, can you hear me now? Can you hear
Ah,
me?
yeah. Yes,
Okay,
ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I can hear.
great. Can you go back to the third slide or fourth slide where you have given literature review, please?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
This is the literature review that you have.
Yes, yes, ma'am.
So, the name of the journal is HBS. So, yes, you have taken it from HBS. Who are the authors for these articles?
Oh, like for the main source, like I just in the presentation I have shown this to you.
What was that again?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. 1 minute. I can show just for the presentation. I didn't show the author's name. One second.
Presentation plus studies go beyond 8 minutes. David, are you trying to show me the article or something
Yeah,
else?
yeah, yeah. No,
No,
I'm
no,
trying to show the article.
hold on. I don't want you to show me the article. What I want to tell you is if you're
Yes,
putting
ma'am.
up a literature review anywhere at all, slide,
Yeah.
paper, reference, anything, you
Yes, ma'am.
need to write it in one of the formats of literature review. So easiest thing is probably APA,
Sure,
American
sure, sure.
Psychological Association format, or you
Yes,
can go
ma'am.
Chicago, whichever the journal that you're targeting, or if it's a conference like this, if the conference committee has proposed a
Okay.
particular format, then use that format. But
Sure,
you
sure.
cannot give literature review like this.
Okay,
You
ma'am.
cannot say anything about what anybody else has said without giving them their due, regards for their
Yeah.
findings. Okay,
Yes,
so
yes.
if you are talking to about algorithmic bias in marketing, and you're talking about the Harvard Business School, but you haven't given if that is the name or the title of the article, you haven't given who the authors are, you haven't given the year, nothing. You
Yes.
need to ensure that it is done as it should be done, as a citation should be. Okay,
Sure, sure.
first
Yes, ma'am.
thing.
Yes.
Can you, Dr. Chanu, do you have any questions, please, to David? Dr. Chanu, are you there? Ma'am, can you unmute from your side, please? Okay, we will try them.
Yeah, thank you so much, madam. Okay, the host was not allowing me to unmute, so because of that, it took some time. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
yeah. So just I want to ask regarding this the research methodology, Mr. David. Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
So yeah. So you please show the slide that you mentioned certain methods in your research methodology. May you
Yes,
kindly
ma'am.
just show? Yes. Okay. Here. So you use this qualitative analysis. Then you went for this one algorithm testing. How did you use in this particular this marketing research, this algorithm testing?
Yeah, can you hear me, ma'am?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. You
The
are
thing
audible.
that I just want to like we want to do analysis with bias because
நமக்கு வந்து
when we
போட்டாச்சு
doing
அவ்வளவுதான்.
with ChatGPT, so we saw like many when the outcome like the content it created was so biased, so we want to test it off. So there is a call this IBM 360 where it works with the algorithm testings and everything. So that's how we like mentioned in quality like research methodology using this algorithm testing.
Okay,
Ah,
fine. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, over to Madam. Yeah. Mm.
thank you,
Thank you.
ma'am. Thank you, ma'am. David, you are
Yes,
talking
ma'am.
about bias mitigation strategies. You're talking about testing biases.
Yes, ma'am.
Why are you, how are you going to test that here? With what are you used case studies to test bias, is it?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
W-
And also like we also using the targeting ads created by AI from like I have already showed in one of my slides, like Google Ads API and Facebook ads. This is all the ads created by AI. When we go to the Google Ads API, we can go and search particularly like ads created by AI specifically. So from that data, we are taking it off and putting it in IBM 360 fairness. We can calculate this is like bias analysis we can do there. So that's how we
How
were
did you
doing.
read bias in that? What
Mm.
was your
Yeah,
criteria for
yeah.
reading bias?
Ma'am, we do this demographic analysis with the SPD. So there
Mhm.
we find like how like major group, like if it is a group one is male and group two is female, this ads are targeting like if we take like a sports or like some for something for a kitchen or something, how this ads are targeting on whom. So that's how we deciding on like that's how we doing this analysis on
So
bias.
you controlled on what?
Sorry, ma'am.
If you're
Yeah.
giving the looking at the demographic aspects and then looking at biases, then what all have you controlled? What were your control variables?
So I'll be like uh, how to say. So
Okay,
my
go
control.
back to the
Yeah.
earlier slide. Let me start
Which
from there. The one where you are talking about, yes, your methodology slide. Yeah.
yes,
Uh,
ma'am.
First thing, there is already a
Yes, ma'am.
scale for testing bias in marketing.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, Dr. Wyatt and Co. has et al. They have a scale which they've used recently for a paper of theirs for testing bias in marketing.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, if you didn't want to use a scale which is already there because you are thinking that it is AI that you're testing in, then the possibility
Okay.
was you should have gone ahead and probably created a scale for yourself. Because
No,
AI
no,
is
ma'am.
new and test on AI
Yeah.
is new, you can always do a scale creation as well. Scale development is
Hmm.
good enough. It will make a good paper, right?
Okay, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, so one is that. Second, when you are looking at biases, once you draw out which part or which aspect of the bias, which variable is your bias, once you have drawn that out, then you should probably look at controlling the other variables. So your age should be controlled, your language should be controlled, your education should be controlled, your work, your finances, all those should be controlled because you're only looking at whether this guy belongs to Tamil Nadu or Karnataka or
Yes,
Gujarat,
ma'am.
and is there a
Yes, ma'am.
bias against because he is from Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, or Gujarat? Isn't
Yes,
that what
ma'am.
you're looking for? So if you're
Yes,
looking
yes,
for that
ma'am.
one particular thing, then you need to control the rest of the things, variables, so that they do not show an effect, which they will anyways.
Yes, ma'am.
A young guy from Tamil Nadu and a young guy from Gujarat would be treated differently, granted. But an older guy from Tamil Nadu and older guy from Gujarat will have a totally different experience altogether.
Yes, ma'am. And
So you should at some point control the age, control
yes,
the finances, because a rich guy and a middle class guy and a poor guy, from whichever state they are or whichever country they are, again the experiences differ. So your
okay,
bank
ma'am.
balance is controlled. Pun intended.
Yes.
Okay. So that's said and done. So this is where you control. Each of these things have to be controlled if you have to bring out the bias. Easier would have been that you use the already set scale in marketing for bias testing, and probably you could have done a item testing for which you could have probably found a few extra items added or reduced from the
Okay.
already available scale and then gone and done with it.
Sure, sure.
So if you have done this much, you should have probably looked for scale development of your own and then gone further and tested the bias testing. Your algorithm testing is very interesting, but then the fact here is that what variable? of bias did you test over there? If you have not
Oh,
controlled, then your algorithm is all over the place, isn't it?
yes, yes, ma'am.
So what did you control there? That is, these are the few things you could change for this paper.
Sure,
And
ma'am. Sure, sure.
I believe once you do this, this will be actually a good study.
Yes,
Your
ma'am.
area is very interesting. Yes, AI bias is very much there. Unfortunately, you cannot blame AI for the bias because AI is
Yeah, yes, it's
garbage in
historical
and
data.
garbage out, exactly like computer was 25 years before. So
Yes,
it
ma'am.
all depends on the human who was sitting there and
Yeah,
programming that
yes,
particular program or AI. So you can't blame AI for that. But then, if you really wanted to test the bias, then you should have gone around testing it exactly the way it should be tested.
sure, sure,
Yeah,
sure, ma'am.
it
Yes, ma'am.
will be a good paper if you could please, incorporate all these. Ma'am, do you have any more suggestions to give? If you do, then. Um,
It's okay, yeah. That algorithm testing is very much interesting. That, but he needs to improve the paper. So during the time of publication, so he can improve.
Sure,
That
sure.
much I would like to say. Yeah, congratulations.
Thank you, thank you.
Okay, yeah.
thank you very much, ma'am. Thank you, David.
Thank
Have a
you.
great
Yeah,
day. If
thank
you
you,
need
ma'am.
Yeah.
further help, you can contact any one of us and you can mail us. We will help you out.
Sure, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, David. Great day. Bye bye. Uh, next person, Ambarish Gupta 072. He's postponed. Okay, fine. Then Dr. Udaya Rekha, Dr. Shrimila, Abhishek, David. Again, I think it's the same team. David, is that you and your team again?
Ma'am, they have postponed it to the next day because I am not the.
Okay, so you have postponed that. Um, Fine. So do we have then Dr. Bhavna, Khaja Mananuddin, and Rahul Ketan Kumar? 061, please. These guys also are David. Again, they have one more paper that is also for tomorrow, it seems. But we can ask who else online. Yeah. Who else is online? Is anyone who is presenting there online? Is Dr. J. Bhavna and team there? Dr. J. Bhavna? Yes, Sasmita Mohanty is here. So yes, the next paper, 062 is here. Um, can we have Dr. Sasmita Mohanty, can you please unmute yourself? You can unmute yourself, ma'am. The permission is given from here. Dr. Mohanty? Dr. Mohanty, please present. Um, Ma'am, you are actually, ma'am, can you just click it like twice on that? Okay, yeah, your presentation has come up here.
Presenter, can you share the screen? Presenter.
She has started screen sharing. Dr. Mahanti, can you try double clicking it so that you can get into this full screen mode, please? And please try unmuting yourself again. It should work.
Please stop sharing and then do it again. Try again more time. Stop the sharing screen and start again.
Sai Smita Mohanty. Sasmita Mohanty.
Miss Asmita, can you share your screen, please?
She has started it.
Can you unmute yourself? Can you unmute yourself, please? Open Miss Asmita.
சரி அவங்கள திரும்பி லாகின் பண்ணுங்கன்னு சொன்னாங்க.
If you still there is an issue, please log out and log in again. In such case, please log out and log in again, please. Can you hear me your voice? Can you please respond in the message in chat box? Open chat box. Yeah, I do the chat box. If you're able to hear my voice, please respond. Can you hear my voice? Yeah. Can you hear? No one responded.
This Bhavana who is trying to get in is actually the
Admit.
earlier presenter, in fact. 061. Please admit her.
061.
Yes.
Bhavana. Okay. Shall I ask her to share the screen?
Huh?
Bhavana, can you share the screen, please? Bhavana,
Did she get in? Yeah.
share your screen and unmute.
Dr. Bhavana, are you there? Can you raise your hand, please?
Yes, I'm here. 1 minute.
Excellent, ma'am. Wonderful. Please,
Okay.
can you share your screen? Thank you.
1 minute. Yes, ma'am. Are you able to hear, ma'am? Yes, ma'am. Right. Good evening, ma'am. This is Bhavna. On behalf of my student, I'm presenting my paper. And my paper title is Intelligent Recommendation System for Online Food Ordering. Right. So the basic objective of this study is, in today's digital era, online food ordering has become an integral part of everybody's life. And with growing awareness of healthy eating habits, dietary preferences are given. Selecting right meals over is very important. So we use machine learning techniques for personalized recommendation system. And the basic objectives are developing an
Bhavna, ma'am.
ma'am.
Bhavna, ma'am, can you put it in the present mode, please? F6 or whatever works on your system. Presentation mode, slideshow or presentation mode, please.
Is it coming?
No, it is not. Ma'am, down you have.
Right, I have this one.
Yeah, down you have the third one from the left. Yes.
This one I have clicked.
Okay, it didn't come. Why isn't it working, guys? Can't
not
read it.
Sir,
Ma'am, just give us a minute, please. Sorry about that.
Huh?
Give us a minute, please. Ah,
1 minute. I'll share it again.
excellent, ma'am. Please go ahead. Who is that? Someone that is their presentation. Pashna. Who's Pashna?
Hello, ma'am. Good afternoon, all.
Yes, ma'am. Saismita, ma'am.
Sorry for getting cut off, ma'am. I was trying to log in and just
Ma'am, no
yeah.
issues. Ma'am, Bhavna ji is presenting right now, so we will take it forward after her presentation. Please don't worry.
Yes,
Please.
ma'am.
Okay, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.
He's not able to put this presentation.
Is it clear?
We can hear you.
Yeah.
It's okay, ma'am. Just reduce the size, please. It is out of the screen rather.
Right. So the basic objective is to provide accurate meal recommendation engine that aligns with user dietary needs, providing personalized experience by incorporating user preferences, restrictions on health goals. And other objective is ensuring efficiency and scalability for system to handle large data sets and multiple user requests in real time, and evaluating effectiveness of the recommendation system through precision, recall, and user satisfaction. And the literature survey that have been done is personalized diet recommendation using ML. Authors are John Duo and Jane Smith. Year of publication is 2018. And the key findings is developed a personalized diet plan system using ML, improving user satisfaction. The second survey that
Is
is
Bhavana?
done is
Can you hear me?
yeah.
Can you make your presentation full screen? Press F5. Press
Only, sir.
F5. Press F5 in your presentation.
F5 only.
Oh, you are sharing. We can see the editing screen actually. It's not a presentation screen.
So it is there, sir, in full screen only, sir. It is there in full screen only.
Come to the bottom of the screen.
Sharing.
Bottom of the screen. Can you see the three icons? From current slide. Top left corner.
Ma'am,
Otherwise, you press
left side on the top, you have from the beginning tab. Can you please click on that, please?
Press Control button, then scroll down.
What is it, ma'am? 64.
Is it now
Perfect.
visible, ma'am?
Go ahead.
Yeah, this is good. Great. Excellent, ma'am. Thank you.
Madam, am I audible?
Yes, you're audible as well.
Am I audible, madam?
Yes.
Okay, ma'am. Right. So the basic research methodology that we have followed is data collection. Right, a data set consisting of around 5,000 recipes and 1.4 million reviews was collected, and nutritional attributes such as calorie content, macronutrients, and dietary restrictions were included. And we have processed the data processing steps. We have done it. That is data cleaning, data pre-processing techniques, and afterwards we have gone for standardization and vectorization of all the data. Then we have calculated TF IDF to structure the data set for machine learning models. Then we have implemented algorithm selection and the implementation was taken by using k-nearest neighbor algorithm. And for that we have used content-based filtering. And Fast API is used as a backend development, and Streamlit was used as a front-end interface. And evaluating and testing, we were calculating precision, recall, and F1 score. So real-time testing assured scalability and performance of the assessment. And the architecture is the system architecture backend Fast API we have used, right? Then next to front end streamline and recommendation engine, which is used for filtering the data, right? So the results findings, the results that right, the results of food recommendation system indicate high relevance and accuracy in meal suggestions. The key findings include content-based filtering approach effectively personalizes meal recommendation achieving over 85% of precision of users with specific dietary restrictions. And the system demonstrated efficiency in handling large data set with real-time recommendation generated within seconds. The user reported high satisfaction levels with the system's ability to cater individual dietary plans and preferences. And recommendations integrate hybrid filtering, that is combining collaborative and content-based filtering to improve recommendation diversity and accuracy. And the recommendation is enhance the user feedback mechanism so that we can improve more based on the reviews and expand nutritional diet set, that is including more detailed micronutrient information which provide better support for user with specific health conditions. Develop mobile application is also recommended. So conclusion is that the research presents an intelligent food recommendation system that enhances user experience, providing personalized meal suggestion based on dietary preferences by leveraging machine learning techniques. So future work is we may explore a hybrid recommendation model, real-time user feedback integration, and mobile app to enhance system capabilities. Thank you, madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. Ma'am, can you go back to your methodology, research methodology page, please? Research methodology page, ma'am.
Hello?
Can you hear me, ma'am?
Hello, madam.
Can you hear me, ma'am?
You're not audible, ma'am.
Why am I not audible?
Not audible, ma'am.
Now can you hear me?
Yeah, now
Yes, okay, excellent. Thank you. Ma'am, can we go back to your research methodology page, please? This is a student paper, is it?
yes, ma'am.
Okay. Which college is this, ma'am?
This is SR University, ma'am, from Telangana.
Where in Telangana?
Near to Hyderabad.
Where in
Warangal,
Telangana? Yes.
Warangal, madam. Warangal, you know?
Warangal, okay, yeah. A
Warangal.
friend from there. Thank you, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, can we get to your methodology page, please?
What, ma'am?
Methodology. Aram.
Okay, ma'am. Are you able to see, ma'am?
I can see you. I can't see your presentation.
Close the sharing, I think. So,
Maybe
yes. 1 minute.
Okay. Any person who cannot share the presentation like this.
Is it visible?
Yes. Yes, ma'am. Perfect. Ma'am, your data points are recipes, not humans.
But, ma'am, I'm not able to hear it. Please tell me, ma'am.
Your data points are recipes and not humans.
These are recipes only, ma'am.
But you have talked about having 500,000 recipes.
Yeah.
And
1.4 million reviews was collected.
So that
From
is
the
your population? That's your sample size or population? That's your
huh?
1.4 million review is your population? Or is that your sample size?
Sample size he has taken, I think.
Okay. So this is done within Telangana or have you gone out of state?
No, within Telangana only. From the Kaggle dataset he has taken, madam.
So how did you get this 1.4 million reviews through what, ma'am?
It's there in Kaggle dataset.
Can you repeat that, please?
Kaggle.com.
Tally.
Kaggle datasets, madam.
Kaggle.com. Okay. So what did you do? You put the recipes over there?
And we have a text here and added some more recipes.
What was that?
We have pre-processed the data, then we have vectorized it. We have converted it to zeros and ones, madam. We have, okay, madam. We have gone for vectorization. Vectorization, sir, madam.
Why, ma'am? Why did you go for vectorization?
Because while we need to mix, we need to go for what because all features, because suppose if I take one product, whether it is a sweet or hot. For sweet, some tastes will be giving preferences, no, sir, madam. For that, we have vectorized it. Yes, if this product is there, 1, otherwise 0. Like that way, we have vectorized it.
Okay. So ultimately, how many data were you able to use? What's the number of data after cleaning?
It was almost all data was there. Some, but they have taken some part of the entire data because they have selected only some part. That is feature selection. They have. Huh?
How much did the sample come up to after the cleaning, after your vectorization? We can't hear. Is someone else talking, ma'am? We can't hear that person.
No, not because my college time is over. We are leaving, so bus is going. That's why they are telling. That's it.
Okay,
They are in
ma'am.
hurry because it's already 5 o'clock. 5 over. That's why they are telling.
Yes, ma'am.
madam.
Okay, ma'am.
Huh?
Chanu, ma'am, do you have any questions?
Yeah, thank you, madam. I was wondering this 500,000 that recipes, and after this data cleaning, how much sample that madam had used. So I was supposed to ask that one. And madam, you were asking that the same question.
Yeah, just there
so
at
that
the
part
initial
only, yeah.
at the initial stage, madam. And they have taken some part of the data and they are doing it.
Okay. Yeah, that is the thing, madam. Means that how much that you had considered.
Be helping for everybody, those who require the specific meal, preferred meal. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, over to chairperson, madam. We can start for another one, madam. Over to chairperson, madam.
Okay. Thank you, Bhavna ji.
Thank you, madam.
Have a great evening. Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye. Baswendra Babu.
Is Dr. Reshmi available?
Ma'am, that data was interesting.
Yes, yeah. Yes, it's very interesting. 5 lakh data set. For one paper during a very short span of time. Yeah.
Yes. So, Sai Smita Mohanty, Dr. Mohanty, you are waiting. Dr. Mohanty, are you still there? 062.
Smita. Okay, fine. I will move on to the next one. 067. Dr. Reshmi.
067. Dr. Reshmi Rekha Nagesh Kumar. Dr. Reshmi, are you there?
Yes, Yes, I'm
Wow,
here.
excellent background, ma'am. Sitting in
Thank
Dubai
you so
inside a room
much.
that's cruel to us.
Yeah, even I also like this.
Ma'am, shall
Okay.
we start your presentation, please?
Yeah, sure. I hope my PPT is visible to you all. Yeah. Thank you so much. So, good afternoon, everyone. So, once again, thank you very so much for this wonderful opportunity to share our, our study or research on this topic. So, myself, Dr. Reshmi, and my co-authors Nagesh Kumar SS and Dr. Rekha Eji. So, today I'll be presenting our research on sustainable solutions for e-waste management, exploring blockchain's impact on reverse logistics. So this study basically examines how blockchain technology can revolutionize reverse logistics for managing e-waste effectively. So going to the introduction and objectives. So as everyone knows, the e-waste has become one of the major environmental challenges due to its exponential, rapid increase in the quantity, also the rapid advancements of technology, and definitely because of the shorter product lifespan. So managing e-waste effectively requires efficient reverse logistics system, and also it will helps to recover the value and reduce environmental harm in a sustainable way. So our research aims to analyze the impact of blockchain on reverse logistics in e-waste management and to develop a validated conceptual model using structural equation modeling. Now, when we talk about the literature, our study is grounded into two key theories. The first one is resource-based view by Barney 1991, which positions blockchain as a strategic resource enhancing logistic performance. And the second one is institutional theory, explaining how regulations and compliance drive blockchain adoption in e-waste management. There are a lot many empirical studies, are not that much, but many empirical studies are also there, which highlights the blockchain's role in enhancing supply chain transparency and optimizing reverse logistics. But however, most of the existing studies lacks the empirical exploration of blockchain's impact on e-waste reverse logistics, especially considering the multidimensionality of blockchain technology and also the reverse logistics operational metrics. So this study, the novelty and the research gap of this study exists here. We considered we considered the both the constructs, blockchain technology and the reverse logistics operational performance as multidimensional and developed a conceptual model. So research methodology, its conceptual model is based on the past existing literature, and it is quantitative, descriptive with analytical approach with model building. So primary data were collected from 276 e-waste practitioners and managers across India from the from the Central Pollution Control Board. We got the list of companies who are operating in the waste management sector from this particular organization. Then simple random sampling technique adopted to select make sure the unbiased selection of participants. Then survey was with a 5-point Likert scale, on blockchain's impact. So we developed using some IBM SPSS summaries. That is the methodology part. Now this is our major hypothesis or study to test the blockchain's impact on the reverse logistics performance. So as you can see in the right side of the slide, this is our conceptual model. So the blockchain has 4 dimensions: decentralization, trustlessness, transparency, and security. And on the other hand, blockchain performance is strategic performance, operational responsiveness, and organization operational service quality. These are the performance metrics. So this
Dr.
is the
Rashmi?
sorry.
Dr. Rashmi, can you just this is the SEM model, is it? With the
This
one
is
you have here?
yes.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is a structural model. So as you can see, we have tested all the assumptions like normality, homoscedasticity, linearity, with the appropriate techniques. Then multicollinearity using the AF and the tolerance, and definitely the Pearson correlation coefficient we checked. Then convergent validity using factor loadings and Cronbach's alpha and composite reliability, which was according to the threshold. Then discriminant validity using the intercorrelation values and the AVE we referred from the Hare et al. That was our reference book. Then model fit, so you can see the GFI, NFI, TLI, and CFI. These fit indices were above zero point 0.9, and RMSE and SRMR values are below 0.08. So basically, the model has a good fit. And now this is the final, discussion and the findings. So decentralization and transparency has a strong positive impact on across all the three, performance matrices. But trustlessness does not have any significant impact on strategic performance. Now, security does not have significant impact on strategy performance, but negatively impacts the operational responsiveness and service quality. This is the major findings. Now, these findings are crucial, and when we talk about a country like India, here the increase in the or the growth of the e-waste is something like 3.8 million tons of waste are producing every year. So it is only 4% of the total produced e-waste are recycled. So there comes the importance of these kinds of technology in making more efficient the reverse logistics. So blockchain can bridge this gap, improving the operations and support sustainability. So, but the balanced pro-blockchain policies are vital. That is the relevance of this particular study. Now. Moving on to the recommendations, so this definitely blockchain can enhance the reverse logistics by improving the transparency, efficiency, and all those things. But the major recommendation is to use the smart contracts to automate the processes and balancing security with agility for smoother operations. These are some of the recommendations. Now, the future research direction, we would suggest to explore the role of AI and IoT, in enhancing this particular technology.
Ma'am, can we go back to your findings salon, please? This is
Yeah.
done. It's all right. Thank you. You were talking about
Yeah.
reverse. What was your title? Can you go back to the title, please?
Yeah.
Okay, so reverse logistics. So what are the reverse logistics aspects that you have taken over here?
Reverse logistics, operational performance. So operational performance, in the sense, these three are the major constraints: strategic performance, operational responsiveness, and operational service quality. I have one more slide, like the definition. Because of the time limit, I kept it back in a backup to understand what exactly the variables are.
No, my question was about the reverse aspect of your logistics
Yeah,
what have you taken? So what
yeah.
have you reversed over here? Which aspect of the logistic has been reversed in this?
Yeah, here the our study was based on e-waste. So electronic waste means it is the the all the the gadgets like your mobile phones or laptops, which are after its lifespan, which are not useful. So it should be taken back. In India, there is something called extended producer responsibility. The companies, those who are producing the electronic waste, they have to take it back. That is a legal.
Okay. Yeah.
So this is something like a reversal
That
of.
is something which we didn't see mentioned anywhere in the slides. So. So that is a basic of
Yeah.
I can't
of your
include,
study, right?
sorry, but because the time limit is there, no? So
Yeah, I
6 minutes.
understand. But that is
That
a
is
basic aspect of your study. So that should be probably the first definition you should have somewhere.
Because
Yes, yes, yes.
yeah, it's understood. No, e-waste means that definitely it should be reverse. So it's
Yes,
understood.
but when
Yes,
you
but
say reverse logistics, the question comes upon where or what are you reversing there in the logistic aspect? The
yeah,
product
when
is going back, or is the product dismantled and going back, or is the product taken forward and from there it is done something else which reverses the engineering aspect of it? So the question comes up in many ways.
but what you're saying is absolutely correct. But even e-waste, it can't move forward. No, it should be taken back. So it's that is my logic. Sorry for that, but the thing is because of time limit, time
Try
constraint.
asking people who uses iPhone. They'll have the last 4 iPhones in the drawer of their storeroom. There are examples sitting
Yeah.
here, me included. So that happens.
Yeah.
Ma'am, good word.
Thank
Um,
you.
Actually, the work is really good, except the factor that your definitions are not in place, which probably
Uh,
should be your second or third slide, which tells what definitions are we talking about when we talk reverse logistics. Are we talking logistics per se? Are we talking manufacturing levels per se? So, operation, you probably are from an operation department, so you should probably know those differences are major aspects where, reversing a set of processes concerned. So,
as you
your
said,
definitions.
as yeah, ma'am. As you said, I have included that slide because the 6 minute time that is very, because this I can
That's okay,
explain the. I
Rashmi
was
ji.
more concentrating in explaining the analysis part and the
And
findings.
you did a good job. You did a
Thank you
good
so
job.
much.
It
Thank you
was
so
really
much.
nice. The only thing that we missed is to for people to follow. If somebody is not
Yeah,
familiar with this, then for them you need to have the definitions in place. So the second or third slide of whatever you do should have definitions in place. Once the
yeah,
introduction is over, your definition has to come.
yeah.
The
Understood.
study is really good, but it would have been nice if you had put the SEM structure a little bit more visible so that we could have understood your relationships and your hypothesis and all those kind of stuff
Yes,
much more
yes.
clearly.
Yeah,
It would have been wonderful. But otherwise, good job, good work. Possibility of going forward with this will be interesting if you
thank
could,
you, thank you.
go forward with it.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Um, your data pens are also pretty good given that your published knowledge sample is really good because um, for e-waste, that number is good enough.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay, so it's a really good one. So all in all,
But
good job. Yes,
Thank
ma'am,
you.
yeah,
Chanu.
but yeah, one thing here is that she could have accommodated more studies. What I have seen here is that the latest study that she had accommodated is 2020, right,
Yes,
madam? So now
yes.
2025 is going on, and
Yeah, we are working
one
on them. We are working on that, ma'am. We are working on
yes,
that. I
please,
I
and
know I have to
uh,
include the latest literature.
yes,
Definitely. Thank
and you arrive at conclusion that there are less number of studies in this regard. Maybe who knows? During the last 5 years, hundreds of works may be there. So you please look into that. Okay.
Definitely. Thank
Otherwise,
you.
everything is fine. Okay.
Yeah, definitely.
Yes.
Thank you for
Rashmi ji,
asking.
which college are you from?
Okay.
I am from Acharya B School Bank, Bangalore B School.
Bangalore.
Bangalore. Yeah.
Uh,
If you want to consult on this paper, try talking to Dr. Thomas, Ajit Tom James from IIM Bodh Gaya.
Okay, okay. So how can
He
I get his
might
contacts?
just go to IIM Bodh Gaya website, you'll find him. Dr. Ajit Tom James.
Is he working on the same domain, the same
No,
topic?
he is not, but he is familiar with these things.
Okay, okay, okay.
Right
Sure,
now,
sure.
he is too busy. I don't know what he's working on, but this aspect will be familiar, especially specifically logistics aspect. If you would talk to him, you might get a better, clearer picture on that.
Okay, thank you.
Send him
Thank
an
you so
email. You'll find his email ID on IAM Bodhgaya website.
Definitely, I'll be doing that.
Yeah. Take care.
Thank
Bye
you for
bye.
the valuable feedback. Thank you.
Thank you, Rashmi. Take care. Bye.
Bye.
Guys, who do we go to next?
Next, we'd like to call 069 Pankaj Rao.
पंकज जी आप है उधर?
Yes, ma'am, I'm there.
हाँ
I'm sharing
जी.
my screen.
Please. Thank you. Pankaj ji, your time is 6 minutes from the time you start. Please clock yourself as well so that you are clear about what we do. Okay. Thank you.
Is my slide visible to you?
Yeah, can you put it in the presentation format, please? It's in the editing format.
Is it visible now? Hello, madam.
yes,
Is it
yes, it
visible?
is visible. Yes,
Okay,
yes,
thank you.
yes.
Thank you for giving me the opportunity. So, I am presenting my paper on integration of digital technology in achieving sustainability and investigation through biometric analysis. So, we know the prevalence of digital technologies and It's in cultivations or in sustainability, and in this present business environment, this is very vital actually. So it enables business entities to optimize resource utilization and reduce carbon footprints and foster sustainable business models. So the rise in the number of digital tools also allows for real-time environmental monitoring, predictive analysis for the automation of sustainable efforts. So previous studies suggest that digital technologies, including artificial intelligence, blockchain, big data analytics, and the Internet of Things, are increasingly recognized as enablers of sustainable development. So these technologies contribute to sustainability by enhancing efficiency, reducing waste, optimizing resource management, and facilitating transparency in governments and supply chains. So in order to understand the integration of digital technology into sustainability, bibliometric analysis is conducted to explore research trends, collaboration networks, and intellectual structures in this field. So the paper has been conducted with the objectives to study, to identify the trends in the integration of digital technology and achieving sustainability in business, to analyze influential authors and countries contributing to the field, and to analyze the research trends by citation and keyword co-creation networks. So this is a research gap. So considering the importance of the digital transformation in the current business environment, the researchers tried to investigate into the areas where the gap can be addressed. Accordingly, it is found that many studies have been conducted in the area of digital transformation and sustainability. However, the researchers failed to find any study that has been considered from the point of bibliometric analysis, and therefore the study has been conducted to address the gap. So coming to research methodology, so the present study uses bibliometric analysis to examine the trends of digital research works being carried out on the integration of digital technology. So the Scopus database is being used here with the keywords climate change, digital technology, and sustainability. Initial search has been conducted with 227 papers as on 27th of December 2024. However, after certain limitations or limiting certain criteria, the final paper considered for the study is 109. So we can see the search string used here and also the inclusion exclusion criteria which is there. Coming to discussion analysis, we can see that the average age of document is 2.49 and average citation per document is 17.62, and we can see that out of 109 papers, 55 articles, 30 books, and 11 course papers, and 39.36%. Coming to a three-field plot where we have tried to analyze the studies based on countries, keywords, and sources. So the finding indicates that Italy has devoted greater attention to the subject of digital technology and sustainability, with the United Kingdoms following closely behind, followed by Australia and India, Spain, Germany, and China. Upon analyzing the thickness of the connected lines between the countries and keywords, it was determined that climate change is the most frequently utilized term, followed by sustainability and digitalization, digital technology and digital transformation and circular economy. We can see this growth of keyword over time. The keyword climate change started to grow gradually from 2018 onwards. So previously, we can see the number of keywords, the number of keyword use is very less, but then that has been increased gradually, and the finding indicates that recent research is focusing more on climate change, sustainable development, along with integration of digital technologies. Coming to the most relevant authors, you can see that it is revealed that India significantly working the domain with 35 number of papers. When it comes to most cited countries, you can see again Singapore remains in the top with most cited countries. Okay, so earlier it was production and it is the countries which is most cited. That means the research papers or research outputs from Singapore is much better than Italy, even though they have the number of papers or documents is more in Italy. So coming back to the country's production over time, we can say again Italy, it has produced the first paper in 2015 and gradually it has increased. So these are the top 10 countries producing the papers. And then coming to the most global cited documents. So these are documents which if someone wants to use it, they can use this for their references, which has been mostly cited globally. Coming to co-occurrence network. So in the co-occurrence network analysis, a keyword is represented by the node, while the edges between nodes defines the frequency of the co-occurrences of the keywords in the same documents. So the analysis reveals three distinct clusters of keywords. So the red cluster, it indicates or it includes climate change and sustainable development, and digital technology represents major themes in the research area. That means more and more research has been covering in this areas. Coming to the blue cluster, it indicates that keywords such as sustainability, innovations, environmental protections, agriculture technology, and all those things are considered.
Pankaj, your time is up. Thank you.
Thank you.
Good job. Basically, the work is bibliography, so bibliography comes out well if you have an idea what exactly you are doing. That is one plus point of that particular methodology. Two, three things. Can you go to your first slide? Can you just show me your second slide, please? Yeah, that one. Yes. So one is too much of points in a slide. We can't read actually from here. If it is a little bit further, most people can't read anyways. So you probably need at least 2 slides for these kind of things. One. Second, as Chanu ma'am points out most of the time, your last or the latest study is 2022, and you haven't gone beyond that for your literature. So
Yeah,
that
madam,
is
actually
one.
there are certain studies, but these are certain industry studies which are more significant actually. That's why I have pointed out this only to
पंकज जी
display.
थोड़ा स्लो बोलेंगे आप आपका प्रेजेंटेशन हो गया
Okay, madam, actually we have more studies considering this in recent years, but then I have only highlighted few articles here because of lack of space here, basically because of
Okay.
limited slides.
Yeah, then probably you should have given 122, 121, and the rest of it the latest articles. So that probably makes sense, you know. That kind of works. Can you go back to your next slides as well, please? Yes, research gap. So when you're writing research gap, what works or what you're investigate into the areas where a gap can be addressed. So what do you mean by that?
Actually, tried to find out what kind of studies has been conducted considering the area, and then that's why we tried to find out whether there is certain studies in bibliometric analysis, whether what are the keywords being used in that area, if any. So those actually gaps was tried to investigate it, and then that can so that we can address those gaps.
Okay, then probably the way you put it across is these were the gaps that were identified.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is one
Okay.
of the
Thank you,
ways
madam.
or better way of putting it across rather than telling people that, hey, look, we tried to identify the gap. So people will wonder, what were you doing over there? How did you
Okay,
start
madam.
it in the
Thank you.
first place? It comes
Definitely,
across in
sir.
that manner. Okay? So that is
Yeah.
one of the
Okay.
issues you need to be careful about. Chanu ma'am, you have to say something.
Yeah, yes. Thank you, madam. So here regarding the research gap, so are you trying to find out this gap that after reviewing all these studies, that such type of bibliographic analysis have not been done by other researchers? Are you trying to say in that way? Because
Madam,
your work
actually,
is the bibliography. Uh,
yeah, madam,
yes,
actually,
please.
since it is a bibliometric analysis, so I just try
Yeah.
to find out because lot many studies have been conducted with using different keywords. So these particular keywords which I have used, that hasn't been used in earlier studies.
So that's
So
why
those,
see keywords means here. Your is a bibliographic analysis, right? So are
yeah,
you trying to establish that in those studies that you have reviewed or have you found, bibliographic analysis related studies are not found. So do you want to
yes, in that
establish?
area. Yes, madam, in that area it is not found.
Okay. So so that is your main logic behind the development of this paper.
Yes,
Okay.
madam.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. So over to Madam.
Thank you, ma'am.
Uh,
Pangaji, this seems
mm,
okay, but you might have to edit it a little bit more extensively so that you like what we talked about the gap earlier. You might have to edit it a little bit more extensively to ensure that
mm.
people read exactly as it should be read.
Yes, madam.
Yes,
Okay,
Definitely, I
yes,
will
yes.
otherwise
work
it
on that.
seems. Is this a student
Oh,
paper?
No, madam.
Okay.
actually, in Pankaj's case, Madam, only one gap is there. That when he reviewed bibliographic analysis based studies are not found. This is the only one gap that I think Pankaj sir is willing to say.
Okay,
Not
madam.
these 4
Definitely, I will work
points.
on that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay,
yes,
madam.
yes. And the
Thank you for the
and the in
suggestions. Actually, I
addition,
will.
yeah, in addition to this, in the line of Madam, also I would like to request you, when you use PowerPoint, please use power, not the paragraph point. Thank
Okay.
you. Not paragraph point. Thank you.
Okay, madam.
Okay, over to Madam.
Thank you, ma'am. Pangaji, bibliography brings out a very good paper if you try to make it into a paper, but then the way you write it should show exactly what you're looking for, because bibliography
Yes, ma'am.
can, if you are not careful in writing, you might have too many points and too many things there, which might actually make the reader confused on what you're actually trying to do. Okay, so you need to actually look into exactly what you're trying to do and write it accordingly, so that you find you can actually bring out a useful paper for people who are looking to work in this area.
Yes,
It is
madam.
a good, it is
Definitely.
good work. You just need to polish it a bit more, focus it a bit more. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you for
Yeah.
the suggestion. Definitely, I will work on that.
Thank you so much, Pangaji. Have a great day. Thank you. Bye bye.
Okay,
Next
madam.
person,
Thank you,
please.
madam.
We are looking at 064. Dr. Alka Panda. Dr. Alka Panda, are you there? Okay, it is much high time here.
Is 064 Dr. Alaka Panda available here? I hope everyone can unmute themselves. Okay, fine. We'll be moving on to 0.
Somebody came up a little bit earlier, right? Giving
Yes,
their
ma'am.
number.
I'm
0
Richa Mishra and my number is CDM 018. So is it okay if I present?
018?
018 is not in our session. So I think probably you have
Hello.
joined the session.
Okay.
Zero
Hello.
one. Alka, great,
Am
wonderful.
I audible?
Yes, you are.
Yeah,
Please
I'm
put your
Dr. Alka
presentation up.
Panda.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah.
You can continue.
Please put your presentation up. Meanwhile, the 018, right?
Yeah, 018.
018 team, please understand it is not with this session. Your session is different. Please find that link and go and join that, please.
All right. Thank you.
All
Thank you, sir.
the yeah, Dr. Mishra, it will be in that paper that has been sent to you. So please find
Sure.
that Zoom link and join in that, please.
Right. Thank you so very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. All the best. Dr. Panda, we are waiting for you. Dr. Alka Panda, are you there? Oh.
064 Dr. Alaka Panda, ma'am. Can you please share your screen for the presentation? If not shared in the next minute, then we'll be moving on to 068.
Is there? Surgeon.
Yes, 068, Mr. Sajan Kumar Agarwal.
Yes, I'm there. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Can you share your screen, sir?
Oh, yes.
Sorry to interrupt. Hello.
So,
We'll continue with Surgeon.
good afternoon. My screen is visible.
Yes, sir.
So can I
Hello.
start?
Yes, Mrs. Dr. Alaka Panda, can you just wait for the
Yeah.
next?
Okay. Actually, I am having some internet issues.
Okay.
Okay, I'll wait for the next. Yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you.
I apologize. Thank you very much.
So good afternoon. Yeah, the topic here is impact of innovation on a technology company's competitiveness. The introduction is technology. What is technology? In general, it's a knowledge, product, processes, tools, methods, systems deployed by to create goods and providing services. Technology companies, they utilize various technologies as input to produce technological output and solutions. At a micro level, management of technology is a field of knowledge that is concerned with only utilization of the technology on the society, organization, and individual. On the other hand, at micro level, management of technology is an interdisciplinary field that focuses to develop new technological capabilities, accomplish operational and strategic objectives of an organization in creating and sustaining a competitiveness of the enterprise. Innovation
Can you
in product or process.
He's too slow.
Any question for me?
No. It's good.
Innovation in product or process. Am I on? Yeah, okay. Innovation in product or process, it brings new generation technology or new products impacting the market share. Radical technology innovation creates technology discontinuity characterized by the S curve, which brings obsolescence to the current generation technologies. That's the introduction and background. The objective of the paper, I have not yet conducted any real research study, etc. It's only proposal stage. The objective is to explore and examine the factors influencing competitiveness of technology companies, to study if research and development related factors are a factor for creating new generation technology and having OEM grade technology of own, and thereby having a competitive organization, or technology uses in new gen technology or old gen technology. Yes.
Headache.
Hello. Are you saying something to me?
No.
In the
Sajan ji,
literature.
please continue. It is going well. थोड़ा speed बढ़ा दो.
Okay. Okay. In the literature review, Alfada has mentioned that innovation is primary contributor to superior performance. The next paper, Chunkamui had published that Kodak's management's inability to see digital photography as a disruptive technology, even though its researchers actually went on to do research on new technologies. That's why Kodak failed is a chilling message. Open source in the cloud is a company where they have been exploiting and exploring to shape their disruptive innovation to become a open source software provider. And we all know about the Porter's five forces, how competitiveness is affected by various forces. Enterprises that are innovation focused, they really do research development and they produce new gen technology, thereby they challenge their peers, they become highly competitive, they have a strong growth trajectory, their profit, their technology is used by others. Coming to companies using the technology, the enterprise which uses the new generation technology, that utilize the new generation technology, they are able to readjust in the marketplace, thereby readjusting their survival period. Whereas companies who use old generation technologies, they are imitable. Anybody is able to imitate them, and hence they face the bargain power of buyers. They are challenged with margins, their hiring slows down, they have layoffs, they have diminishing operation, and they have a very limited survival period. This is the model.
Okay.
So dependent variables are the company's competitive consequence. It will be thriving or sustaining or degrading its competitive to probably extinct. Independent variables are going to be operational output measures such as revenue, margins, headcounts. Research and development factors are going to be patents, unique assets, automations, building news and tech development capability, and The other independent variable is investment on human resource factor in teaching and educating and building their competency on new gen technology and using those for their solution footprint. Same, the details of these, the description of those variables are out here. I'm not going to go through in detail. If there is a specific question, please ask. Otherwise, I'll move on to the next slide. So research methodology is going to focus on qualitative and quantitative approach to investigate subjective nature. Secondary data will be collected from published sources. Primary data will be designed, piloted, executed, and collected. Sample design are going to focus on IT infra providers, application solution providers, business transaction processing companies, to cover C-level people, cover practice heads, to cover practice engineers. Various data collection instruments such as what is available in the market, that will be utilized. Also, survey questionnaire will be used. Data will be analyzed using cleansing tools, further analyze and descript, and inferential statistics will be used to create test the hypothesis, and will be finally interpreted and summarized. Uh, Difficulty in accessing data that are confidential. I have not done the real research, so the finding is only for Amazon that I just collected, that Amazon has spent nearly 22.6 billion in research and development in 2017, more than any other US company.
Sajanji, your time
Yes.
is up. So I'm going to start from this slide.
Yeah.
Discussion and analysis are different from your issues or your limitations. Difficulty in accessing data that are confidential is a limitation. It is not a discussion or an analysis. Okay, can you go back? This is an operations management paper, is it?
Technology management.
Technology management, okay. Fine. So you cannot, before you collect data, decide that data analysis techniques and you are going to clean the data, or this is going to be happening. You need to wait for the data to come and then look at it and then decide if you need cleaning or not. Not all data all the time requires cleaning.
These are proposed techniques. Yeah.
Yes, so don't propose cleaning already. If this is a research proposal, please don't propose cleaning before when you submit. They'll start there. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Now, can you go to the previous slide again, back? Yes. So you are talking about quantitative and qualitative approach. So you write this as method approach, okay? And then you explain about what in quantitative will you be doing and what in quantitative will you be doing. And then you talk about your data collections after that. Now, here your sample design and size, you are talking about ICT companies and their service offerings. You are spreading it too much.
Okay.
आप एक वही इंडस्ट्री में, are you Hindi? Do you understand Hindi?
Yes.
Okay, great. So wahi industry may focus on something that is specific. Like for example, you focus on IT infrastructure provider. ठीक है?
Okay.
Or else you look at a BPO alone. BPOs are not much around, or they probably won't even share their data with you right now. So easier would be if you go to IT infrastructure providers rather than anyone else. Now, when you go to cover, when you go C-level people, that is not how we write in a paper or in a presentation. We talk about, we talk to the top management, including CEO, CIO, and CMO. That's how you write. You do not write journalistic language in a research paper or a research slide. Okay?
Okay.
And when you say you cover practice heads for tech segments, marketing department, HR and finance, these are all spreading yourself so wide, Sajan ji. इतना आप अपने data को spread नहीं कर सकते. Yes, I understand you want to check everything that is possible and come to a very clear industry supportive conclusion, but you could take it stepwise rather than go and do a wide band. ठीक है
Got
ना?
you. Yep.
या तो आप एक काम करो, अभी आपने आईसीटी कंपनीज दिखाई है, एंड इफ यू आर फोकसिंग ऑन आईटी इंफ्रास्ट्रक्चर, then you look at practice sets for tech segments alone, tech departments, or supportive, or whatever that is. Don't get into marketing, HR and finance right now.
Okay.
ठीक है? And you have already said sample practicing engineers, so you put that over there and look at senior engineers or engineers who are into the managerial area. So that gives you a little bit more, credibility for the data that you get. And it reduces the spread that you have, wherein your focus is higher. Chances of you getting the data are higher. And आपने पहले जो बोला है ना क्लीनिंग, वो नहीं चाहिए होंगे अगर आपने ये कर रही है तो, ठीक है ना?
Got you.
Okay, so now if you go back again to the previous slide, we are like, okay, this is too much information on a slide. You do not do this at any point of time. This is a serious big no in presentation.
That's why I just skipped this.
I know, you
I
told me
kept
that.
it for, yeah.
Don't put this when you're presenting. Make it into 3 different slides and put it up, okay?
Yeah.
The other one. Yes. So go to the next one, then I'll start from there. Okay, now here you have talked about innovation focused antecedents. What does it mean?
Is the company?
What are antecedents over here? Okay, antecedents are something that were existing before, earlier. So हम usually जब हम antecedents बोलते हैं वो particular variable निकाल के वो variable का antecedents देखते हैं, provided the study requires it. So this particular word is not something that you need to use. You probably should find the right word for it. I'm not sure what you're looking for over here. I believe you are looking at innovation focused processes that have happened. If you are looking for earlier processes, give timelines. For example, 20 to 2010. Sorry, 2000 to 2010, then 2011 to 2015. So you give timelines for them, or something that marks the change. I believe that's what you're trying to do here.
I think I just need to remove that antecedent and clearly say innovation focused enterprises. It's all
Yes.
about the companies, right? I don't know
Excellent.
why this word entered. Yeah. Okay.
जी, तो आप अभी you go back to the variable slide, please. Now here you're talking about dependent variables, and you are talking about competitiveness consequence. So consequences of a company or an organization being competitive is it thrives, it sustains. So why degrading?
Well, they are going to extinct. They are no longer. It is
So
very
you're
clearly
talking,
visible that few years down the line the company will collapse.
there is another one aspect which we talk about this. This is called company life cycle. Okay, so the life cycle starts, you begin, then it thrives, then it sustains, then it plateaus, that is sustaining. From there it falls, the peak falls, then it revives or it dies. That is a company life cycle. Or a product life cycle is also similar, it's almost same.
Right.
Okay, so you might want to work on these variables which you are looking at here, probably the names that you are going to call them, and maybe work a little bit on that, on what you want in this.
Sure.
Okay. Now, your independent variables, operational or operational measures, your research and development factors, you are again, as I told earlier, packing a lot of stuff into one single space. ठीक है ना?
Yeah.
You get what I said?
Yes.
Yeah. So I believe you are a tech guy, so you will understand what I'm saying. Okay. So if you are looking at tech companies, and as we said, if you are looking at the tech areas and people who are in the tech, then possibility is you can probably put this human resource factor just into one area where recruiting and maintaining technology specialist or specific technology specialist are the difficulties or the capabilities required or whatever that is. Investment in people is a part of the company, If you look at HR investing in people, it is too wide. You are talking about, compensation. You start from compensation because salary is where everything starts. Then you talk about development. Then you talk about succession management. Too much of stuff comes in that. That is not something which you want to touch with the proposal like this. Second thing that you have here is research and development factors. You're talking about multitude of stuff over there: patents, unique assets, automation, building new generation technology, development capability. If you're looking at something that is very clear as in technology, then look at one or two aspects which talks about R&D in technology. Possibly you could talk about unique assets because patents is a gray area even for people who are filing it. um, Building new generation technology development capability, you could probably talk about improvisation, or you could talk about new technology or research into new technology. Is that okay? Something like that.
Yeah.
That makes sense to you? Yeah. And operational measures, your revenue, margins, headcount. Headcount goes to HR, your margins go to finance, your revenue goes to finance. So you might have to rethink that part also. है कि नहीं? I'm sorry,
Yes.
मैंने आपको पीस पीस करके दिया लग रहा है. I'm so sorry, Sajan ji. But if you are doing a proposal, do it in such a way where they will accept it on the spot.
Sure.
All the best. Please do well.
All right. Thank you. Thank you.
Is this for your PhD?
I have not. I don't know whether this focus was towards a PhD. Working in the tech sector for such a long period, I thought that the companies, Indian companies, need to focus on these three segments of the area. So I thought
Excellent.
I would like to propose a paper that would open their eyes, where they would not just simply focus on profit making, wherein today lot many companies are sort of getting scrambling to survive while AI is able to produce engineers or other code and solution. Like you have seen recently what happened to Infosys, 400 people fired, right? So clearly this is an area the IT industries in India and elsewhere need to think that go for innovation so that your competitiveness will be there. That's the thought process. Whether I want to do a PhD on this or not, I did not think about it.
Good job. All the best. Let us know how you fare. Take care.
All right.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Bye bye.
Chanu ma'am, आपको कुछ बोलना है सर से?
No, I was thinking in different way. So Sajanji has given so many possible topics for so many scholars in the coming days. I'm thinking in that. In the beginning, I was thinking whether it is a proposal or not, and later on, I come to know that hundreds of PhD topics may be prepared based on Sajan's.
That's
So that
excellent.
is
No,
very
Very
good.
absolutely.
true.
I think I've contributed deeply to the whole purpose of this my here, right?
Yes.
That's good. Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
But
Yes.
but
All the
but
best,
but
Sajan
my
ji. Please do well. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
thank you, thank you. Mm.
Who is next?
Okay, for the next will be 039 will be presenting. Dr. Nail Syed Ahmed. Is he present?
039 अपना है क्या?
हाँ है
है.
ma'am.
Yes, I am.
Yes, sir. So you'll be
Dr. Said
presenting.
Ahmed?
So we
Yeah,
would like
Said
you
Ahmed.
to share your screen.
Great. Which college, sir?
Thank you.
Come again?
Introduce yourself.
What did you say? Okay. Can you introduce yourself, please?
Can I what?
Introduce yourself, please.
Yes, my name is Said Ahmed. I'm a PhD accounting assistant professor teaching at Modern University College in Palestine. And I'm doing this paper, presenting this paper, which I already done some work with Dr. Shaista Anwar from the lower college in
Mode, not in the present mode.
saying that I'm sharing my screen.
Please go ahead.
Okay, so basically, the paper is titled "The Use of Artificial Intelligence to Achieve Green Business Optimization." Um, the current study aims to explain the challenges faced by humanity in both economy and environment, which requires fast solutions to maintain our limited resources. Basically, we try to go back to recent literature discussing the use of AI, different applications and tools in order to achieve green business optimization and sustain, the environment in general. The results of the discussion that will be environment and economy, and that some challenges do face its adoption, although the rewards expected are worth the investment on both the short and long runs. So basically, for the introduction, humans started to think about the current reality and the limited resources that we actually have, and we also start to think about the future and the next generations. And we have so
Dr.
many
Nail, can you get to that slide as you talk, please? We are still in the slide 1.
Really?
Yes.
Okay, so I'm sharing my presentation.
Yes,
It's
please.
showing that it is shared here. Doesn't show at your screen?
No, it is not in the slide mode. It is not in the.
It
It's
is.
in the editing mode.
In the?
It is still in the editing mode.
Okay.
Sir, I think you're in the editing mode. So kindly check.
Let me just put this here. Stop share. When I'm sharing, it's showing this one. It's showing. So I'll just go and share my screen, yes?
I think you are sharing
Yes,
the
please.
application or sharing
might
the
work.
desktop.
Presentation mode, and it's showing at my screen. I don't know if it is not showing at yours. Still not showing?
Just move on to the.
No, sir, it's not.
Just keep changing the slides, sir.
So better you can just move on to the slides, no? Using the cursor. I think you are in the first slide only.
I am changing the slide. Still, you don't see it, yeah? It's not showing?
Oh, it's not showing. It is still in the first slides only.
I'm on this one talking about the introduction.
Do you see editing mode from your window itself?
Do I see what?
Don't go to the presentation mode. Don't go to the presentation mode. Just escape from the presentation mode.
Okay.
Now. Yeah. Can you see now?
What do you want me to see? This one?
Now select manually number 2 because some technical issue is there from your side. You click on the second slide. Double click. Yeah, please go ahead at least.
Okay. So you want me to use this? Okay, no problem. So.
No, because it is not.
Okay, no problem. No problem. Okay, so as I was saying, humans are thinking.
Dipali Virmani. Virmani.
Just continue.
Yes.
Okay, so as I was saying, that the human are starting to think beyond the same reality and thinking about the future generations, especially with the problems related to, limited resources, natural resources, and there are so many challenges that are currently being faced by, such limited resources and the increase in the amounts of populations globally. So some challenges raised now and then, including ethical considerations and the need to have proper governance structure for the use of AI in different sectors, as well as information privacy and transparency of big data produced and used by such technology, as well as other challenges. These are being dealt with not on a local but also global level, and there are so many countries that are cooperating in order to try and overcome these. The current paper objective is basically to discuss how we can use AI overcome some of the obstacles related to using AI itself. So things related to high cost, things related to waste management, carbon emissions, and things like that. How we can overcome such problems using AI technologies, as well as avoiding some environmental hazards and the threatenings for the natural resources that we have. So the significance of the study is basically related to four areas: enhancing the economy, solving some environmental problems, understanding advanced technology and how it is used for some businesses and how they are actually trying to use these to avoid harming the environment, as well as improving the decision-making processes by lowering, the costs related to making these decisions and their impact on the overall environment in different parts of the world. For the theoretical background, it's just basically a summary. I did not present as my other colleagues did. I did not. There are some studies that we actually went through in order to try and understand organization. So we actually use these studies to explain the challenges that impact the way we think about the future and how AI can help reshape the way we plan to use the scarce resources, including water, energy sources, and other natural resources. The current study also focused on introducing some of the experience of waste management practices and how AI can help better management to lower the hazards associated with disposing harmful materials at a lower cost. And also the discussion, yes.
Are these the studies are these the variables that you are going to research and study for this paper?
Well, basically, yes. These are the terminologies that we have discussed in our paper and how actually AI is impacting on these.
Where are the references for this, please?
Hmm?
What are the references for this?
These are mentioned in the paper. If you want, I can share for these in the research paper itself. If you wish, I can share.
Yeah, doctor, when you are putting it up on a slide, we would want to see the reference also with the particular term that you have taken up. So where did you receive the term, or what is the antecedent for the term? So that is
Okay.
APA or Chicago or HBS, whichever it is, but some format, the reference, the citation has to come there so that we know this is where it came from. The antecedent, that is it, okay? Thank you so much. Can we go faster, please?
Yeah, okay. So the methodology is basically focused on using a descriptive procedure to explain what AI is, defining its impact on economy, and explaining green economy and how to achieve sustainability in natural resources. The study applied analytical procedure to explain the impact of AI adoption on a green economy and why it is becoming important to integrate AI solutions into the sustainability strategy in the future for so many companies. For the results, basically the main results focused on the impact on environment of using AI different application, the carbon effect of AI application and its use, Also, energy consumption and costs, and how we can manage the costs related to AI application using AI applications themselves. Also, and what AI and electronic waste have to do together, and how we can manage electronic waste using different AI applications. Also, the potential for the use of AI can help produce many reports at a faster pace and can help fight against poverty, pollution, and hunger, as well as showing that AI is not the final solution. Rather, it is a means to achieve better utilization of resources for different, aspects related to the future or next generations, and how we can actually avoid some environmental hazards in the future, and it can help provide a better chance to reach sustainable future for next generation.
Okay.
These are some conclusions just to summarize. Basically, so many economies
Doctor, the
are
time is up.
struggling.
Sorry. Time's up. Sorry.
Time's up?
Time's up. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, no problem. Okay.
Sorry
Okay, no
about
problem.
that.
No issue.
Sorry. Thank you. The thing is, few things. When you're writing your recommendation, when you're writing methodology, when you're writing literature review, the antecedents have to be mentioned. So if you're writing a methodology, a particular methodology, because your paper is advanced, is why I'm telling you this. Earlier, I didn't mention this to anyone, but the thing is that when you're writing a methodology, you should sustain the methodology with why are you using that? Why is it right methodology for this particular study? Tell us that you formed a definition.
Okay.
You get the picture? So that is how
Yeah,
you
but the thing is that we still have, the time limitation, the number of slide limitation, all of these things, because we are
Yeah, so what
presenting at
you
a fast speed. So, like everything is there on the paper, but then you have
yes,
to pick and choose.
I think you are telling me exactly what Rashmi was trying to say. The thing here is what you do for those kind of situation is you put in a definition, you put in the objective, you give the questions if there are questions, you give the findings, you mention the methodology, give the findings. If it is in tables, put the table up, explain the table,
Yeah.
and then just finish it off. That's how you do that. So if you the thing is when you especially in AI's case the problem is because it is an upcoming field and because there are too many works coming up, your definitions have to be in place all the time. So the first 2-3 slides, as I told Rashmi earlier, 2-3 slides you should have your definition and your objective complete. Then comes your methodology. You can mention the methodology, put up a table, say this is what I found, this is the result, and then you give the recommendation and that's it. You're done. So 5 slides and you're done.
Okay, got
Yeah, that happens when time limits are there.
Okay.
Thank you so much, doctor.
Yeah.
It was really good job. Ma'am Chanu, are you there?
Yeah. It's okay, madam. So we can proceed. We can move on to another presentation. Yeah.
Okay. Thank you, Dr. Nail. That was nice
Thank you,
meeting you
thank
here.
you, and
All
best
the
of luck
best.
for others.
Thank you so much. Bye
Thank you. I'll stop sharing just.
Okay, here we go again. So next up will be 037, Anil Ramachandran. Are you there, sir?
Yes, I'm here. Is it audible?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'll just share my slide and then we'll start.
Sir, I would like to remind you again, only 6 minutes will be allotted for each presentation. So kindly make sure you'll be able to finish it in time.
Yeah. Is the slide visible?
Please, sir. Please, sir.
The slide is visible. Can I start?
Yes, it is visible.
Okay. So the paper which I'm presenting is titled Scaling Healthcare Innovations in India, Data-Driven Policies and Digital Ecosystem. In fact, this is a part of a project which we are undertaking as a pilot study in Kerala. So it has not been completed. It is a study framework which I am presenting here. It's well known. The healthcare landscape in India is characterized by a mix of public and private providers, which has its own plus and minuses. And with a large country, large geographical area, rural-urban divides, digital divides, there are lots of significant challenges in healthcare access in terms of quality and affordability. So there needs to be structural reforms and innovations to address these issues, basically. So these are well known to us. The COVID pandemic was clear indications of how much of progress and innovation require in the healthcare sector. So limited accessibility, especially in the rural sectors, in terms of healthcare cost, insufficient insurance coverage compared to other advanced countries, poor resource allocations, low medical professional training, and disparities existing between the rural and urban areas. These are the basic challenges the country is facing. Yeah, we are looking at certain models which exist in the digital healthcare system, where we have looked into various countries, where Singapore has a model in terms of assuring health insurance, and where they ensure mandatory saving for medical care, focus on prevention and a better private-public partnership. Finland has another model where universal healthcare model with minimal cost, e-health and emphasis on uh, reducing health inequalities are being done in Finland. Estonia has a wonderful model where they have integrated e-health systems and they have the digital identity, the health mobile sharing, the telemedicine systems are in place. US has a
Dr.
model
Nanil,
where,
can we, sorry to
yeah,
interrupt, can we go a bit
yeah,
faster, please?
yeah, sure.
Thank
So these are
you.
some of the initiatives of the country where we have the National Digital Health Mission, the e-Sanjeevani telemedicine portal, the mobile health apps are there, and the AI and data-driven techniques. So the existing policies have their own shortcomings and drawbacks in terms of reachability, in terms of bottlenecks, in terms of implementing in the country with a larger geographical landscape. So the challenges basically goes with the technological barriers. There are issues with the regulatory and legal issues. The digital literacy, low digital literacy affects, especially in rural areas, and the sustainability of policy frameworks. So we are working on a area where we are trying to have a people-centric health information system model, which is already in place. We are trying this as a pilot project in Kannur district in Kerala. So these are some of the features of the people-centric health model. I'll skip on this. So it's data-driven decision making where the people are empowered to have their own decisions in terms of assessing their health and decision making. Empowerment in education becomes important. Public-private partnership in healthcare becomes important. Collaboration with various fields, not only the doctors but also the technicians, where they can share the health information. So team-based care, which we call it, and equity and inclusivity.
These are
So
findings?
no, these are the models which are existing in terms of the people-centric model. Okay, this is
Then
an
let's go
ongoing
faster
project.
to your work, please.
Yeah, this is the project which we have undertaken, where we have gone with the interactive citizen-driven health information system and the social well-being framework for early disease surveillance, healthcare, and health promotion, a pilot study in Kerala. This has not been done. This is on the process where we are tied up with the medical sector with one or two hospitals, and we have created a health dashboard and using health trackers and the health profiles which have already collected. We are trying to have a system where we educate the rural public, where they can access their health data and get more informed in terms of disease surveillance. So the challenges are that require strengthening of the digital infrastructure. The digital literacy is another factor which can cut short on the project. Regulatory frameworks and good public-private partnership. So the recommendations, we see that this can be a model, but then developing it into a larger framework in the country requires standardized health data. Ensuring data privacy and security is another important feature. and how much we can leverage on the artificial intelligence machine learning in terms of prediction of early surveillance of disease possibilities, increase accessibility to rural and remote areas where we can scale with mobile health solutions or telemedical platforms or mobile health units can be used. And I think culture of innovation has to be fostered where the medical science should develop more incubation centers where people from the technology side can also collaborate and work in tandem. So the recommendations are it should focus on the patient-centric design where it should be user-friendly. It should have multiple languages so that it caters to the diverse linguistic and cultural landscape. It should engage patients and healthcare providers, so the knowledge part becomes important, and continuous monitoring and evaluation is also very important in it. So there's a huge scope of digital health technologies to offer in the country. So opportunities to improve accessibility, quality, and affordability, especially in undeserved areas in rural areas. But the barriers remain in terms of infrastructure gaps, regulatory issues, and digital literacy. So long-term policy development and innovations are necessary to scale digital health solutions. So that's it.
Anil,
Yes, ma'am.
ഇത് വേറെ ആരെങ്കിലും ചെയ്തിട്ടുണ്ടോ നോക്കിയായിരുന്നോ?
No, this has been proposed as a project for the DST, and we are taking it up.
So you are looking to develop an app for this?
We are developing a dashboard and an app, web-based and a mobile app, and also with trackers, health and digital trackers. We are taking a sample of almost 2,000 rural population from Kannur district, and then trying to implement this pilot project there to see. And we have already collaborated with two medical hospitals.
Sorry, why I asked you that question is because
Ma'am,
there are quite a few trackers already independently available with the private hospitals.
Yes, exactly.
So you might want to tell us why.
Yeah.
When there is already something available, why are you looking into this right now?
No, we are trying to customize it according to the rural population, according to the basic needs. That is why we have mentioned it as the citizen centric. So we are looking at what are the parameters which we need to look into. So accordingly, we'll be making algorithms and the machine learning aspects into it. It's not the standardized one which we normally use for the health information system.
Krishna Institute of Health Sciences, Hyderabad,
Okay.
has its own app which actually is tailor-made for their kind of patients and whoever and whatever goes there.
Okay.
So we already have tailor-made apps that are already available. I'm not detracting you from your work because healthcare and AI has to do a lot of work together to work together. I'm someone who works in that area.
Okay, ma'am. Okay.
It's my area. So the thing is, you need to ensure that you are doing something that actually can add value to the people who are going to use it, rather than just jump on the bandwagon, which is already there. I told you just one app that is available right now. As we speak right now, it is available to the patients of that particular hospital. And they have 4 or 5 hospitals of their own. Now, there is also a government app that is being actually given in North India. I do not know if South has access to it or it has been floated in South. But when you look at Himachal, and most probably Chanuma might be aware of it, might have heard of it if she is working in this area. Healthcare has an app which is, tracking people with illnesses that are either, chances of becoming an endemic or a pandemic. Endemic, let us say endemic, let's not use the word pandemic. So there are chances of endemic or, epidemic or things like that. There is an app which actually helps. I believe that is connected. I keep forgetting the name of that app. There is one that helps out in that cases to the primary healthcare centers.
E-Sanjeevani is a platform which the government has.
Sanjeevani.
E-Sanjeevani.
E-Sanjeevani is one. Ma'am, एक और है वो
M
I
Health
keep
is also there, ma'am.
forgetting.
M Health
Himachal
is
has
there.
it.
Okay.
Okay, so those are
Himachal, I do not know, but that is Sanjeevani that I have heard. That one, yeah.
Hmm.
Uh,
So yeah, there you go. So there are a lot of these things that are actually there. So if you are doing something, you're spending time on it, then do something which adds value to what is existing rather than, blindly.
Exactly, because this is in the framework. We have not started with the project, so definitely we'll consider all these things, and we'll see how better we can have a value addition to this project.
And
yeah, this
unfortunately,
is
the
extending.
one,
Yeah.
the app that Krishna Institute is using is actually a cheap one.
Okay,
It's not an expensive. No, if
okay,
you're
okay.
working on something,
Uh,
it is
but
Skims. We are using it. So the thing is, if you are doing something, then you should piggyback on something like that, which by adding
Exactly, ma'am.
value
Sure.
to that rather
Yes,
than you
yes,
start
yes.
from square one and then pick up something that's already there. Doesn't make sense.
Okay, sure, sure. We'll look into that.
Otherwise, a good presentation, Anil. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am. Thank you very much.
Chanu
yeah,
ma'am?
I find it's a very good. Yeah, I find it's a very good presentation. In the meantime, that what Madam has said. So Dr. Anil may look into those areas. So you have, by considering the rural areas, people, and by considering the demographic situation of the country, so you may have developed, or you may develop, certain things, right? So
Advaita.
I find this presentation is very, very interesting, and I have learned many things from this presentation too, because this is a new area for me. Okay, yeah. Over to Madam.
It was good to have this interaction, because definitely we'll take back all the inputs given, and since
Yes,
once it
yes.
is implemented, we'll see that there's something novice in the project which we undertake.
Yes,
Yes.
yes, yes. So firstly, you may try, and you may see what are the challenges, and what improvements can be done in the coming days also in that way. And what Madam had mentioned, okay, that app is giving more beneficial, or your will be giving more beneficial. So that the future will decide. Okay. So best
Sure, ma'am.
wishes
Sure.
from my side. Yeah, best
Thank
wishes.
you.
Yeah.
If you need at any point any help, I also work in the same area. You can find me on IBS
Sure,
Hyderabad
sure,
website.
sure, ma'am. I'll get in touch with you.
My
Sure,
name is
definitely.
Sindhu. Yeah,
Yeah,
thank
sure,
you. Go
sure,
ahead.
ma'am. Sure.
All the
Thank you very much.
best.
Thank you,
Bye.
ma'am.
Are we done?
I hope. Any more presentations?
Ma'am, can I present?
Is it Advait?
Advaita. Yes.
Advaita. Yeah, I think. Um, when did you got the invitation for presentation in the session?
So yesterday only I made the payment and today morning I received the mail.
Okay. Which session number they mentioned?
Session 5. Like
Session 5.
actually the name was not given. They told me just I am the 15th person in this section.
Okay, please go ahead. Share your screen and go ahead.
Oh, thank you.
Anilji, can you pull your presentation off, please? Thank you.
Stop sharing the screen. The previous presenter, please stop sharing the screen.
Thank you.
Advaita, can you share your screen?
Yes, sir.
So this will be the last presenter, right?
Yeah, this is the last presenter as far as concerned, but there are few presenters are absent. There is no response from them.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
Yeah.
Ma'am, is my screen visible?
Yeah, it's visible. Can you go to the full screen mode? It is in the editing mode now. Yeah, go ahead. Your time starts now.
So my name is Advaita Kiraj. I am an MCOM student from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Amritapuri campus. So today I am going to present on the topic customer perception of bank assurance versus insurance purchase.
Advaita.
Yes, ma'am.
Sweetheart, I'm sitting here so that I can understand what you're saying.
Okay, ma'am. Like
So,
time is 6 minutes, so I increase my
yeah. So go back, start from the first place. This is not how you present. You're a kid. You need to start doing it. Yeah?
Yeah, ma'am.
Yeah.
So, good evening, everyone. My name is Advaita Keraj. I am a final year MCOM student from Amrita Vishwavidyapeetham, Amritpuri campus, Kerala. So, I am going to present on the topic customer perception of bank assurance versus insurance purchase through agents. So we all know what is insurance. Insurance is a way to protect yourself from financial loss. You need to pay a small amount of money called premium to the insurance company, and in return they help to cover big expenses if something bad happens, like accident, illness, or damaged property, etc. So in India, there are mainly two types of insurance: life insurance and general insurance. The industry is regulated by IRDAI, which ensures that insurance companies are fair to customers. Next comes the bank assurance. Bank assurance is when a bank partners with an insurance company and offers insurance products like life or health insurance to its customers.
Let's get to your work, Advaita.
Okay, ma'am. Ma'am, the objective of my study is to understand trends in how people buy insurance, including whether they prefer purchasing insurance through banks or agents. The aim is to understand how aware consumers are for buying insurance through banks, what benefits they see in it, and the goal is to measure how satisfied customers are with bank assurance and agents focusing on quality and cost. Um Ma'am, my study comprises of insurance brought through banks, that is bank assurance, with insurance brought through aids and insurance brought through agents. The primary data is collected and we have used stratified random sampling technique, and the data is collected from three regions: North Kerala, South Kerala and Central Kerala.
What do you mean stratified?
Ma'am, like only some people from areas
Why? Why did you stratify the data?
like 150 respondents divided into subpopulations, right?
Why would you do that, bache? That's a question.
Ma'am,
why would you do that?
Because ma'am, my study is limited to only 3 districts of Kerala. So I have done the stratified sampling technique.
If your districts are limited, where in any of the RM textbook does it say you need stratified?
Okay. Ma'am, I'm not having much idea about it. Sorry, ma'am.
How can you not have idea and come and bring a paper and present?
Like not like my mentor told me that we will do this sampling techniques. We tested us as sample t-test was used.
Advaita, when mentor told you to do stratified, did you ask the question, why do we have to take stratified, sir or ma'am?
No, ma'am.
Then how will you learn, kiddo?
Oh.
तुम पढ़ोगे कैसे फिर? From methodology, move.
Okay. Ma'am,
What are you studying for?
Ma'am, MCOM final year. It's my
MCOM final year. This is your dissertation for MCOM, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
Good. But if the basic is not in place when you get out of here and start working on something, it's going to be difficult. If next time you run a survey and you choose stratified and your senior officer asks why stratification, if you do not know how to answer, that might not help you in the future, kid.
Okay.
Yeah?
Okay, ma'am.
Yeah. So when someone, even any of us, ask you to do that, you should ask us, and we want you to ask us questions because you're students and we need you to learn. So we want you to ask us the question why. It's very important.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? So tomorrow go to sir and say, वो एक मैम थी उधर, वो मेरे वाट लगाई. तो आपने क्यों बोले स्ट्रैटिफाइड अभी बता के दो मुझे.
Okay.
ठीक है?
Okay,
Yeah.
ma'am. Ask.
Okay, so what is your analysis in this ultimately? How many data?
Ma'am,
What's your
150
sample?
respondents.
60 respondents.
150.
150 respondents.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Because they are more used with the technology, and the people about 35 years of age, they are more comfortable with the insurance products purchased through agents. The age group people often have higher incomes and they are more interested in insurance for retirement planning. They choose agents because of personalized and customized solutions. And ma'am, like the people working in government sector often prefer insurance purchase through agents rather than a bank assurance because of trust and relationship and personalized services which the agent provides. Then people working in banking sector are well known about the financial products as well as they know the importance of protecting wealth and investing in securities. People working in IT sector tend to prefer bank assurance because they are more related to technology and have a huge trust in bank. Overall, IT professionals value the convenience, speed, and technology-driven services often offered through bank assurance, making it a popular choice for them. And then, ma'am, these are some of the findings. A significant number of the participants were male. The study discovered that the significant proportion of respondents fall in the age group of 25 to 35.
Advaita,
Yes, ma'am.
okay, your name is 3 letters more than my son's name, so I'm going to treat you exactly like I treat him, okay?
Okay, ma'am. Sure.
My son's name is Advait. So, okay, listen. When you tell me that you found a significant number of participants in a particular age group, did you ask for specifying the age group? Did you control by the age group? Did you take the age group as a variable? What did you do with it?
Ma'am, yes, in my questionnaire, it was mentioned the age groups like 25 to 35.
So
Then
it was
30.
a variable you took.
Yes, ma'am.
And you have significantly told us that in your findings, between these age group goes for this and this age group goes for this.
Yes, ma'am.
Good. That explanation is very good. Now, the study indicates that most of the participants had an annual household income of 2 lakhs, is it?
Yes, ma'am.
So that is 40%. 40% of what?
40% of their annual income. Like I have given more options, like below 1 lakh or 2 lakh, then more than 5 lakh, like that. So most of the participants were 2 lakh.
So 40% of your sample falls within 2 lakh, bracket of income.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So then the third one, you need to write it very clearly, kiddo. Look at that sentence, just read that. Can you understand head or tail of it?
The study indicates that most of the participants had an annual household income of 2 lakh.
And then you wrote 40%. Any idea what that means to a person who doesn't know your work?
No, ma'am.
Exactly. After that, you have written in terms of number of participants in the study. The district with the highest number of respondents was Alappuzha, then Kollam, and then Tiruvananthapuram. Right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, I prefer Trivandrum. Sorry. But that's said and done. The question is, what is the N over here?
150.
Okay, then you should write total number of participants that N is equal to 150.
Okay, ma'am.
Participants fell from these 3 districts. So the study has a limitation of falling in these 3 districts.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, baby. So this is how you write. Yeah?
Okay, ma'am.
Go next slide. Go.
As per the study, many of the respondents were aware about the insurance sold through agents, and very small amount of people were knowing about the banker assurance.
Advaita,
yes,
you have
ma'am.
a habit of having half sentences everywhere. 53.3% what?
Of insurance sold through bank agents.
How do you write that sentence?
As per this study, many of the participants prefer
Bracket 53.3% were aware about the insurance sold through agents.
Okay, ma'am.
Otherwise, where will I put that 53.3? Okay.
The study also showed that the most of the respondents had satisfactory opinions on the products purchased, 42% through agents, and savings on them were 48.6%. The pricing were like these. They were mostly satisfied with the products purchased through agents rather than banker assurance. The study found that majority of the respondents possess a least level of knowledge regarding the products sold through agents. Some of the suggestions of my study is the study found that majority of the respondents were more knowledgeable about purchasing insurance through agents, which suggests that there is a need for initiatives to increase awareness about other modes of purchasing insurance, such as
Advaita,
Yes, ma'am.
good job. But listen to me first because I teach your kind of kids. Okay?
Okay, ma'am.
When you're doing a work, especially anything that you write or you teach, it should be useful to 10 people outside that.
Yes,
If
ma'am.
somebody reads this study, they should be able to understand the difference between bank assurance, insurance, what is useful for, which is useful for them to make an informed decision. If a paper by you doesn't help people to do that, then you have wasted your time and others' time as well. You are a young kid. You are the power of the country and the world right now. You cannot afford to do these things. Got it better?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, as far as the study is concerned for your thesis work, it is good enough. Possibly it will get through. You might get a B or an A. That is also okay. You have presented it here. We will give you a certification. So that is also done. Your boxes are ticked. But the point is, if you have spent 5 minutes of your time on something, that should be useful to you and others. Otherwise, don't even do that ever in your life. Got it?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. You're an MCOM graduate. That means something in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
Value that. You're 21 years of age?
Ma'am, 22.
22 years, you are ruggified, right?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So that should be useful.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay? When you're doing something, please always keep this in mind. Is that useful to you and another 10 people outside the peripheral of what you are or immediate, neighborhood of what you are? If it is useful, go ahead and do it. If it is not useful to anyone or you, please don't do that.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay? ఇప్పుడు ഇപ്പോൾ ഈ പേപ്പർ വായിച്ചാൽ അവർക്ക് അടുത്തൊരു 4 പേർക്ക് ഡിസിഷൻ ഉണ്ടാക്കാനുള്ള കപ്പാസിറ്റി ഉണ്ടാവണം അല്ലെങ്കിൽ വാട്ട് യു ഹാവ് ഡൺ ഇസ് ആക്ച്വലി എ വേസ്റ്റ് ഓക്കെ ബേബി
Okay, ma'am.
all the best be a good bcom girl okay go get a good job do some good work
Okay, ma'am.
yeah Chanu ma'am bachchi hai
I'm listening to both of you, and the one reacting like tough mother, and the one is reacting like a very soft daughter. So, but I will say in different way, again in the softer way, so that she can improve in different way, in different level. So, Madam is also advising you so that you can produce a better product. Okay, don't take it otherwise. Okay, because nowadays it's very difficult to counsel, the children also. Okay, so but at this level, I will congratulate, I will appreciate. At the MCOM level, you have come up with such a very interesting topic, and at the meantime, so you please try to learn a few things. Even when I see so many PhD holder also, they cannot present like you, my dear. So you are so good. Your way of presentation is so good, and yes, there is always option of improvement. Even 95 years old male also, tries to improve. Okay, so no one is perfect, and whatever Madam had mentioned on today's platform, so you please try to accommodate those things, You had rightly said, I just mentioned, dear madam. So she was feeling confused. I think that's why she couldn't speak properly. So regarding certified random sampling, so you said that subgroups, right? Okay. So because it is used to ensure that each group is, represented equally, right? Okay. So you try, and you please try more. Okay. And your presentation is very, very interesting. Okay. And one day you will be better than us. I feel so. Okay.
Will be.
And the last slide, in the last slide, when you write it is majority or most of the respondents or majority of the respondents. So within bracket, please give the figure, so that we can know that how much. Okay. Majority means from 50.5 majority, up to 99.9, right?
Yes,
Okay, so from whether it is a 50.1, 50.2, 50.5, or 99.9, right? Okay, so in that way, please. And when you say that statistically, the significant, when you speak about significant, it is related to statistically tested thing. Okay, so in that way, so you please try. Okay, all the very best. I'm also from commerce, that's why I have little bit soft corner of commerce graduates. Yeah.
Thank you.
Okay, all the very best. Okay. Yeah.
Thank you so much,
Yes.
ma'am.
Advaita,
Okay.
few things. When you write theory, you should give some literature which research has happened. So ensure that you cite a literature where the research of that particular kind has happened. So if you're saying bank assurance is more important, or insurance is this, or insurance is that, your definition comes, you have to tell people from where those came, okay?
Okay, ma'am.
Take care. Bye bye. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. One last call for the people who are not presented. Mr. Amrish Gupta is here.
Bye, guys. Advaita, bye.
Amrish Gupta. Dr. Samita Mohanty. Then Dr. Alka Panda. Okay. Okay. Miss Asmani. Dr. Deepa Sankila. Bimukti. Okay, these are the presenters who are not present today, but we'll come to the end of the session. Thank you so much.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you. We'll
Thank
see you
you. Bye
tomorrow.
bye.
Yeah, bye. Bye.
Yeah,
Bye.
yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am. Bye.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you, madam. Thank you. Bye bye. Yeah.
उसे बंद कर दो।
You're done, right?